Hey everybody, welcome to Be My Valentine. Today is February 6th, and the topic today is, are you on a budget? What happens many times when we are dating that we don't want to talk about money, like I said earlier. We don't want to talk about money topics, right? Because it's embarrassing. We don't feel confident to talk about those topics. So, what happens when you are in a budget that if you don't comment about it, if you don't talk about it, it could come an issue that you might resented that you did it. And why am I telling you this? Because when we are in a budget, things happen, right? You're driving, you get a ticket, or the person who you are dating is driving your car, but they're not insured, right? So if an accident happens and you're in a budget, you might become responsible for them, for them driving your car. So anything that happens with your possessions, you're gonna be responsible for. What happens when you go to a restaurant and their terminal is down? Maybe the credit card you have, they're unable to take, right? Sometimes that happen. Restaurants have a specific brands that they take. Like I know working at restaurants, sometimes we didn't take Discover, right? So if you had a Discover card, we wouldn't take it. And so, what is potentially going to happen is that you might probably end up leaving the bill for your date, right? They're gonna have to need to be paying for the dinner or whatever it is that you bought because the store is having issues with their system, right? Sometimes when the system is down, it takes, depending how their system is built, probably from 10 to 30 minutes, right, to reboot. So in the meantime, they're probably only taking cash or they might not even able to process your transaction, right? So if you're in a budget, situations are going to happen, right? So when situations happen that affect our budget, we're even more eager, we're more meaningful, desiring what we desire, which is having enough, to pay for what we need and having enough for the happiness, the extra um, things that we enjoy, the experiences that we wish to live, go through them, and being able to uh, pursue these dreams that we have, right? So, are you on a budget? Well, let the person know. Even though it can be embarrassing, it can be helpful because then they will have a consciousness. You know what happens when you go into a date and you get mad at each other? You get mad at each other, and then you have to leave the restaurant. Then the person is stuck with the bill, right? I don't think anyone appreciates that, especially if they didn't plan for, or they might have a bill to pay tomorrow and you left them stuck with the wheel, right? The situation probably got to a point where it got uncomfortable and you have to leave, or they say something you didn't like, or they say something you didn't like and you left, leaving the person with the bill. And where did you go to eat? Well, that will determine the bill. What did you guys order? And how willing is the restaurant to comp anything. Sometimes managers at the restaurants, even if you complain, if you say the food is not good, or you didn't enjoy what you were eating, it didn't taste it that right. You didn't say it before, but you're mentioning now. And when the manager comes around and sees that you ate the whole thing, he's gonna say you have to pay for it. You did eat it. So what happens that if any situation will get you know not what you want, and the person is stuck with the bill, sometimes what restaurants do is that they will pack the food to go, right? And if you order something they don't eat, I mean, they're gonna be stuck with food they don't even eat, and they're gonna have to pay for it, especially those expensive items, which is steak. If you go to a steakhouse, anything with lobster, usually shrimp is a price. What else? Drinks, or anything that you order double on a drink is gonna be double the price as well. Some places have deals on it where it's not double price, but it's like one and a half or somewhere around that, right? It depends on what you order. If it's like an expensive tequila, they're gonna charge you just two shots, for the double. And if it's something else that is not so expensive for them, they will probably do one and a half, and then that will depend on the server how they bring it in. Usually we bring in like open liqueur, and you put the amount, and then you do the text explaining what is it. So it's just to keep inventory for restaurants. So how will they do it? Well, it depends, what they decide to do with your check. It depends on the server. It depends on the manager. It depends on the restaurant. It depends how's business. They're probably having a hard time. They don't want to give you a discount, or maybe the business is good, or you encounter someone kind and they will be willing to work with you. So be careful. Try and avoid those situations. And if you're in a tight budget, let them know. Maybe you are unable to take them out to dinner or to a specific going out that requires you to pay, and you don't want the other person to pay. You don't want the significant one or the one you have interest on, and it's usually the lady. You don't want her to pay. So, or if you are the lady and you know that you make more money and he makes less money, or you tell him make more money and then you're ending up paying the bill, well, it's gonna be something that you wish you didn't go out with, or you didn't even have interest on the person. When the day that happens, eventually you get over it and things go back to normal in a way, whatever normal is. I love you. Thank you for watching.